like to call to order the Capital Improvement Committee meeting of Wednesday, March 25th at 2 p.m. First thing on our agenda is a review department capital requests. First department we have is the fire department. You guys want to come up?
I'm gonna try to get my chair up. Good afternoon, everyone.
Yep.
Thank
Hi,
you guys for
John.
having
Hi, Kelly.
Yep.
us here today. I'm John Farrell, Fire Chief.
Yep.
Deputy Kelly Manning.
So we're looking this year to replace our engine 2, which is a 2001 tanker truck that holds 2,500 gallons of water. The truck's 25 years old at this point. It's been on capital for the last several years. It's got about 20,000 miles on it. This year alone, we spent like $9,000 on the transmission, getting that repaired, about $2,500 getting the pump repaired. And at this point, we're just putting real good money into bad money on that truck for its age. Served us well. You know, this is our only structural tanker to use out of the hydrant district. So we feel it's time to replace that truck and with a modern truck, a truck that holds another 500 gallons of water. The new truck will have 3,000 gallons of water. It's a no-frills truck that we're buying. It's a Kenworth cabin chassis. The lead time on this truck, thank goodness, is only 3 to 4 months, is what the dealer is telling me if we go ahead with this purchase. The old tanker, we would probably try to sell rather than trade in, because we won't get any money on a trade-in. But I believe it did be another town that would be looking for a truck like that. So we would try to sell it on one of the, I don't remember the website that.
There's some online sites that go nationwide where you can sell fire apparatus. There's a huge market for used fire apparatus right now.
Because of the lead times of a lot of different trucks, so people are buying them up just as a Band-Aid to get through to get their new trucks.
Yeah. And this keeps us in line with what we tried to create a few years back with the special stabilization account. So you have a 17, a 22, and this will be a 27, most likely.
Correct.
And it could be a 26, but it'll be close to a 27.
Yeah.
So it puts it on that 5-year rotation. We're trying to get the separation. So then the theory is every 20 years that truck gets flipped over. The only other one, which will be a problem for us, is the 05 ladder truck. We'll have to save our pennies for that. What kind of lead times on those things?
3 to 4 years on a ladder truck now, unfortunately. It's terrible. It's a monopoly that's going on that the legislators are fighting because we just feel that these people have just dug in and just raised the price and doing whatever they want to do, and they're making the money, and what choice do we have? So there's legislation out there to try to fight this, to stop these people from gouging and taking so long to build these trucks.
Yeah.
But the total price on this truck, with outfitting the truck with new hose and fittings and...
This is the one you're asking for now?
Correct.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's $675,996.
Okay.
I believe you might have it in your packet,
Yep,
or you
we
do
do.
have it. I didn't know if there was any
And
question.
this, so this, it says it's valid for 30 days, so if the board's inclined, what I would like to do is, if we approve this, put it on the, oh no, that would go on to the regular one, sorry, it's a wrong vehicle that I was thinking of.
Okay.
So that money wouldn't be approved until July 1st. Will they hold that price?
I'm 99% sure they would.
So if we were...
I can have that conversation with
If
them.
we were to change that to 680, I just don't like dollars and cents. I like to round up a few dollars on each one just in case something changes.
And I can definitely send an email and find out for sure, but
Okay. Any questions for this, Kelly or John?
The 100,000 or 25 buffer now. That's definitely enough to cover what you need to get it running on.
We believe
Shortly
so.
after day one, hopefully. Around.
We haven't spec'd out anything yet, because there's a lot that goes into that, but we're looking at the rough prices of hose and fittings and a fan and nozzles, and we believe that should suffice.
So you're doing this like you do the ambulances, where everything will be new,
Correct.
whole new vehicle,
Pretty much.
software and equipment.
Because everything on that other truck is 25 years old as well, so, yes.
Yep. That's all I have.
Anything from Dick?
No, I think it's pretty clear.
Yeah, Shirley?
Gene, any problems with what you have in your books and where's the money coming from type of thing?
This would be from free cash,
Free cash, okay.
and a transfer from the 300,000 that we had put in the special stabilization.
Okay. Yeah, no,
What I had done yesterday is I met with Gene, we went over
good.
what I anticipated to make sure that we could cover what we were thinking. It's tight, but we should be able to make it work.
No, I have no problems.
Anything, Ben? I have nothing. No. If nobody else has any.
Safety is something we all need to concentrate on.
Yeah, well, this has been the goal that we started
Yep.
a few years back between the board and that department, was to establish that special stabilization account to take the burden off us so we didn't get whacked real hard with it. And the good thing we did, since all the vehicles went up so expensive.
Yeah, exactly.
We have, currently 300,000 in that account, Gene, special stabilization account. So what we'll do is we'll have to supplement it with 380. So with that being said, Gene, we're gonna, the recommendation is to skip this year's 100,000 into the stabilization account from our capital, yeah.
Okay, because the,
Because we could put it in, but we'd be taking it out, so
Yeah.
it's kind of
yeah,
going back to the,
Yeah.
it's the conversation we had yesterday, so I wanted to make sure everybody here understood that we're gonna
yeah,
skip this particular year of putting it in. We're just gonna keep it out and add it to that truck. Good? Thanks, guys.
All right, did you want to talk about the floor, Mr. Chairman, or that?
No, we're not. We'll do that. We'll do that at another time.
Okay.
We're gonna, there's only a few things that are gonna go on for the Springtown meeting.
Okay.
But we'll meet before the fall, and we'll have a better idea where we stand financially and what our potential budget may be if we have anything for the fall, and then we can probably put it into that.
Okay, thank you.
All right?
Thanks.
Thank you, everyone.
thanks.
We have anybody from pickleball?
Jim, you playing pickleball now? I will.
I'm on the pickleball committee. I don't play too much anymore. My name's Jim Duchamp,
Yeah.
343 Southeast Main.
Judy Russell, Island Road.
About 5 years ago, I'm going to give you a little history. The senior center got an influx of people, recent retirees, and they wanted something to do, and they weren't interested in the knitting club or the crocheting club. And so the activities at the senior center changed quite a bit, and it became Zumba, walking club, line dancing, and they wanted more physical activity. And thus the change in the name, they took down the signs that said senior center, and they put up signs that said
Adult Social Center.
adult
I
social
still call it the
center.
senior center, and I get in trouble for it, but
I still do it all the time.
I figured since I'm old, I'm entitled.
They just didn't want to be going to a senior center because they didn't feel old. And that's when the pickleball started. A group of 5 or 6 of us got together, and we started the pickleball club. And it's for Douglas seniors. We have over 100 members. If you've come to the parking lot sometime, when they're there, you know how hard it is to park. They play 4 times a week. And we've been self-supportive up to this point. Inside, when we use the gym in the winter, we've spent several thousand to urethane the floor, paint the lines on the floor. And on the outside courts, we had the lines painted there. We put up the fence all the way around it, plus the netting. So we've got a nice bunch of Douglas seniors, and they've helped out a lot. But now we've run into a spot where if you've been on the court, there are some big cracks. And running around with the pickleball, they get their sneakers caught and there's tripping, and it's just something that needs some attention. It's reached that point. I've tried to do some research. I can't find out when it was built. I can't find out when's the last time it had any attention or maintenance done to it. So it's been quite a while. I hope you got the estimates that we had done. And if there's any questions.
Yeah, it was helpful on the estimates. As you read through them, some of them are very detailed. They'll tell you how many coats they're going to put on. Other ones don't say anything.
I think that determines the price difference between them. Some were going to do 2 coats of acrylic, and others were going to do 3 or 4.
So what would be beneficial, whoever ends, I would imagine that this has to go to the administrator because he's the procurement agent for the town, right? It's not something you could hire as an outside club to do town work, so you'd have to coordinate that with the administrator. But like when we did the post office painting, we created a scope of work. So you don't want to be in a position where you take what they give you. You need to understand what you need and tell them what you want, and then they'll give you a quote accordingly. Right? I don't know if anybody have any questions for these guys.
The only thing I'm probably is not needed to be questioned, but the surfaces would be suitable for both basketball and pickleball. I know it just says like a sports surface.
Yes.
We'll make sure that it's not going to be something that makes it great for pickleball, which is fantastic.
Yeah, no, it would
For
definitely,
glue.
we specified that when we had the companies
Okay.
come in, that it needs to be for both, and they would paint both lines, the basketball lines and the pickleball
That's been
lines.
answered in
so-
public. Perfect.
Yeah.
Recreation actually requested that as well.
Okay.
And that was something that I had said when I first talked
And it just
about it, that
It just says
I wanted to make sure that the
Sports
kids.
in the quote, yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's where it comes down to the scope, right? To
Yeah.
make sure there's no confusion.
Yeah, it's
So-
the only court you've got.
Yeah.
You know, it's unfortunate that when the schools were built, we didn't have courts put up along with them, but you're in a spot where you've got to look at how much money you've got, and you've got priorities, and this is a pleasurable thing. It's not like somebody needs a water line or...
Would you mind explaining the process? This is the first time I've been through this.
Yep.
So when you say write a scope of work, would we write that and present it to the administrator? Is that?
Well, have an understanding of what's needed, and if you don't know what's needed, it should be easy to do.
Yeah.
Google it, right?
Yeah.
Not to trademark them, but Google it and figure out what is typically done on these. Even the vendors should be able to give you an idea.
Yeah,
like
we've
the
gotten
ones
that,
that put down the actual number of coats and stuff. I find, I'm a contractor, I find that if you go through the trouble of putting that down, that's probably what's recommended to put down. They're not going to tell you to put down 3 coats when you only need 1, right? But if
Okay.
you don't put anything, they could do, it looks good, so it's done.
Yeah.
It might not necessarily be the best thing to do. So I would check with the administrator, assuming this goes forward, check with the administrator, and he'll help you come up with a scope of work, whether he does it or he reaches out to Adam. Sometimes he'll ask me to help him with things like that. But we can help you get a scope of work for it.
Okay, great.
And that way you'd be better off. And you'll get a better product when it's all done.
That's good, because one of the questions I had looking at the quotes was, most companies use like a Nova acrylic.
Yeah.
And this other company used a latex site, and I don't know the differences, so, we'd have to ask more questions about that.
Right, and it comes down to you have to research the products a little bit. So if you were redoing a gymnasium floor and somebody said they were going to use a Bona finish, B-O-N-A,
Yeah.
that is a recognized finish for gymnasium floors. So you know it's the right thing. Somebody else says, oh, I want to put Minwax on it.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's a coating, but it's not made for that application. So
Okay.
where you have the majority of using one and then one is off doing something else, that's usually a price point, right? So maybe they can be more competitive by using a little bit less expensive product, but it might not wear as well.
And some of the quotes, it's stated on there that it's a prevailing wage quote,
Yeah.
and other quotes,
Oh, they label that on there, and some of them put down they want 50% down. It doesn't work that way. They
Yeah.
have to get the work done in order to get paid, and they have to be prevailing wage, so.
and a couple of the quotes, I think, said, this is what we can do it for, and if it has to be prevailing wage, add on 5,000.
Right,
And
yeah.
would it make any difference if the contractor was from out of state?
Doesn't make a difference if he's from out, he can be from wherever he wants to be.
We still have to do prevailing wage.
Correct. Yeah. The only way you get around prevailing wages, if it's a sole proprietor, one person working totally by himself, then he can get around that. Other than that, it's not happening. And he's not going to do it all by himself. There's not going to be
Right.
one person out there doing it. There's no way.
Right.
It'll dry too fast. He won't even be able to get the product down before he has lap marks everywhere.
And when you check outside, I thought there weren't any white boundary lines around it, and we looked carefully the other day, and they're there, they're just worn away. That's
Yeah.
how long it's been
Yeah.
since they were put down.
Right. Yeah, there would be a boundary, just for the basketball, there'd have to be
Yeah.
an out-of-bounds line, right? So,
Well, they change colors. The court is green, and it's got a red apron around the outside.
Yeah.
Right where the colors came together. At one time, they painted a white line all the way around.
right.
But that's long since worn off.
Yep. Shirley, any questions?
Nope.
I skipped over you, Mr. Vandenberg, I'm sorry.
Dangerous? No?
It can be because of the cracks, as Jim said. Plus, the surface is so worn away, it gets very slippery after rain. So people have slipped on the surface.
People actually fall in
Yes,
and hurt themselves and so on.
yeah.
We don't spring back up like we used to.
I hear you on that one, Nathan. That's my one question, Mike.
When we played in the cold weather, we used the gymnasium, and when we first started out, we had these rubber appliques that we had to keep putting down to mark the boundaries out on the
Yep.
floor. And I was one of several that have, you go to back up and you trip over that, your sneaker gets caught, and you take a fall. So that's what precipitated painting the lines on the floor in the gymnasium.
Yeah.
So those were all items, there were a couple thousand for this and that, and we were able to do a fundraiser and raise money,
Yep,
but this is over our heads.
right,
Yeah.
yep. Any questions, Ben?
I just agree with the scope, because that's
Yeah.
confusing to me.
Right,
Yeah.
yeah. And we can help you with that if we get to that point.
Great.
Nobody else has anything for these guys? Okay. I'm going through all this stuff, and then we'll talk as a group, and we'll get a capital thing figured out, and then we should be able to do something.
How much
I would
money
assume.
we have to use?
Yeah, we'll
Where
talk
it's
about that.
coming
So if
from.
you look through their estimate, you have
Yeah.
anywhere from 17,000 up to
Yeah.
just under $26,000 in their
Yep.
estimate. So that's part of our process. We'll decide if we approve it, what dollar amount we want to put on there. And the goal is to make sure the job can get done. Because if you're $1 short, you can't do it, right? So then you just tie up money until the next meeting, town meeting.
Right.
To get more money put into it, so that's not productive for anybody. So, all righty.
Okay.
Thanks. Thanks
So
for
we
coming in.
wait, we wait to hear from you?
Yeah, we got to figure this out as a group. I want to just go through what we have here, because it's a little bit of a challenging year for us this year. And then if you want to check back in with Lisa or tomorrow or whatever, we should have an idea, assuming that we get our stuff done today.
Okay. Thank you very
Yep.
much.
Thank you.
Thanks. Have a good day.
Thank you for coming in.
Thanks.
You guys want to come up?
Hi. Good afternoon. Diana Landry, Business and Operation Manager at the
Yeah.
schools.
Good afternoon. Dominic Sergio, Director of Technology at Douglas Public Schools.
So you will see we,
I had
As
talked
of-
to you briefly the other day.
yes.
As you just heard me say it to two different people about being a little challenged this particular spring. What I want to get to is right to your service. I think that's your biggest challenge this year.
It is.
Immediate challenge, I should say.
That is our immediate challenge. I do just want to comment that we did submit a list. I understand the constraints, believe me, everywhere.
Yep.
Just want to, make sure that everybody understands that we still have on our list, items such as resurfacing the track, interactive panels, above-ground oil tanks, cafeteria tables. We still have some challenges going on at the school. One item that I do want to note did get removed, which kind of made the note, is because we are looking for a special warrant. The primary school roof has been approved for an MSBA project, and now we're working with the town to see what will happen if we're going forward with that warrant or not. So it wasn't officially submitted at this time.
Yep.
But moving on to the servers.
But before you do that, I just
Yes.
want to acknowledge something you started with, was the above-ground oil tanks.
Yes.
Okay, so we approved $140,000 for that prior to the school security system. It sat there for a year or two, and nothing got done with that, so then that money got moved back over to the school security, I believe. Or do we still have the 140 in the tank? So you still have $140,000.
The second tank.
In the second tank, then. You still have $140,000 sitting there in limbo land about an oil tank. So you may want to get with the finance director, find out anything else that we approved over the years to make sure that you don't have funds in it. I believe so too, but I don't.
There's also a $20,000 donation that's been on the books for the track for the track itself. So Shirley probably remembers, they used to do a fun run in Douglas. So there is a $20,000 donation account.
Yeah.
Excellent, thank you. I wasn't aware of either one of those.
Yeah. To Diana's defense, she's new to this
Yes,
process.
no,
She
understand.
She
Just
wouldn't know
came
the
in July.
historical history of
Understand.
some of these funds that we have
And
floating
when they're on
around
the town
everywhere.
books, I'm focusing
Yep.
very hard on the school department's books, and
Yep.
hadn't come across that
Right,
yet. So
yep. So,
noted.
don't know how accurate that number is. I think it was just a guesstimate at that point, where that 140 came from, so have no idea if it's adequate or inadequate or whatever, so.
I know there are backup files for these. The unfortunate part is that they're aged, and like everything else going on, costs just keep going up, so I wouldn't know where this
So
will end
that's
at
why
this
it's
point.
critical to act on it when you get the money.
Yes.
Just saying, just putting it up there.
Yes.
But we do
Listen,
have.
I
supporter
heard
of that.
servers are
We
our
do have
priority, and I
about
heard,
a-
let's go forward
We
with
do have,
this, so.
I think, 108,000, that's about 10 years old for a fire alarm system in this building, so you can pick on me about that. too.
Don't
There we go.
don't push too hard.
But anyways, the.
That's been around for a while.
On the servers, the first estimate you had sent through was 75,000.
Yes.
And then I sat with the finance director yesterday, and we're trying to figure out how we're going to make things work. And then you sent over another one today for 100,000.
So what is going on is that there are three components to this. It would be the scope, the statement of work coming in to do the transfer of the current servers over to the new servers, the software, and the hardware. The scope came in a bit more than what we had anticipated, but based on all of the work that we need done for the school department,
Yeah.
and after some pretty heavy negotiating as well. I mean, they came in over $15,000 more than what you're seeing here. So we have worked it down. The software, again, we're going from VMware to a Windows-based, which is cost-effective as well. Those two items, those two prices will still be available on July 1st. It's the hardware component that continuously goes up. In a 2-week period, you'll notice our new ones, it went up 7.8% in 2 weeks. They are recommending 25% if we're not purchasing until July 1st. I put it in at 30 because costs are skyrocketing. And I wanted to be sure that we had adequate funding set aside.
Do you get multiple quotes, or are you limited on vendors? For
No,
We can get more.
Yeah.
and we go through state contract.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah.
Anybody have any questions on the server and the 8 pages of tasks that
We can
are associated with it?
trim that. Well, we wanted to make sure you had all the
No,
information.
I know
It's
that.
very important to us.
At least that tells you that I looked through it.
Tried to be thorough with it.
Yeah.
So if I'm understanding, if we did this as a special, it'd be $79,000 or $80,000. Is that a reasonably firm number? But it's going to go 30% if we wait until funding until July 1st?
Yeah, so right now, that's the current price if we were to purchase right now, is
Right now,
that.
what about on May
But
6th?
It's changing every couple of weeks. They're asking us to refresh every 2 weeks.
yeah, the hardware quotes are being refreshed every 2
Well,
weeks.
the day after town meeting, that's only if it went on to a special.
That's, I guess, where I'm going. is
Yeah, I
we're
know.
looking
I
at-
just want to be careful because there's other things that are gonna, something else that's going to be on the special already, so I just
I understand.
don't want to load everything up on it
If it
onto
asks
the
the
special.
question, something's 30% cheaper if we act 6 weeks earlier, is it worth acting 6 weeks earlier?
Mm-hmm.
If that's a possibility, but at least asking the question.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know, anything you want to,
Well, I still have to go through procurement using the state bid for the hardware itself. Yeah, so that may help. I don't mind if it's going to be that much cheaper to put it on the special for that reason.
Yeah.
But if there's no guarantee, you weigh it. It's from free cash, so either way.
What's
either
the
it's-
lead time for your equipment?
3-month lead time.
3 months, so it might make sense to have it on the special
Yeah.
to give them the opportunity to potentially get it done before the start of school year.
Yeah.
Well,
And I
start
would
working
just
on it anyways.
ask that you meet the procurement, review that with Matt before you, just to make sure we're in compliance, especially if we're going to move it on a fast track.
Knowing what we knew yesterday, going up another 25,000, how does that affect us in a negative way?
Always affects us. it's more important to get the project done. Just like any other, I consider these pay-as-you-go capital, so it stays on the books. So we funded it $100,000, whatever is not used stays in that account until we repurpose it at a further town meeting. It doesn't, don't get to use it for anything else, it's not earmarked for the school. It's earmarked for this particular project. Once it's done, then we free it, just like school security. Once the project's complete,
We'll close it out and...
then we bring it back to capital and say, so I would rather be conservative in the number and use the 100, and then do a turn back, and we'd be looking at the fall town meeting, so it's not like it would be held up for a very long period of time.
Yeah, I mean, the day that we purchase, we'll lose price.
Right.
The day that the PO goes out.
I do want to look at
Can I ask a question, Mike?
Yeah, go ahead, ask away.
Your fourth bullet, under the virtual server infrastructure refresh, it says no active VM. What is VM? I know what VMware is, but I don't know what VM is.
Which one are we looking at?
Oh, Veeam.
Veeam.
Veeam support.
Veeam is our backup for the servers and all the data and stuff. That's how we back it up. We back it up in a repository as part of the storage, and then we have offsite backup as well.
So when you say active, what do you mean by that?
So we are currently still using it, but it's not supported or maintained. So we're running it without supported contract.
If it breaks,
Right.
we can't do anything.
There's no
I see
support.
what you mean. Yeah, okay. And if for some reason we weren't able to do this year, we had to wait a year, how are we at risk?
Well, if we delayed a year, it would increase the risk of unplanned downtime and emergency purchasing it, which would be even more money at the
Have you
time.
had much where the stuff hasn't been working? Have you had?
It has been working. It's all operational now, but we're running the risk because it's 8 years old and it's past its normal life cycle. It's usually 5 years.
Thank you. That's the hard thing with tech, isn't it? I mean, it can last forever or it could break tomorrow.
That's the risk we're running. If something goes down now, we have significant downtime to get us back up, where this would have a full 5-year warranty, cover us for the next 5 years, 4-hour on-site support.
What is this running in the school? Everything?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, if it goes down, it disrupts classroom instruction time, teaching and learning, everything is down.
All connected.
Everything is down.
Okay.
Has there been any specific events that have led you to ask this, or is it more things are getting older, we just need to upgrade?
A little bit of both. We've had some minor issues, nothing that we had short downtimes, nothing that we weren't able to fix, but it's more me being in my second year, starting to plan out and look at everything and realizing how eye-opening some of the aging infrastructure is that we need to.
Is there part of the regular school budget that has tech in it?
We layer it in as we go through, but things like our Chromebook leases, software that we might need, support that we need, we do pay for some Windows support.
So because this is such a big item, it comes to capital, then,
Yes.
correct? Got it.
Yes.
Over $10,000 and more than 5 years of useful life would be a capital item. So I was just, while he was asking you those questions, I was looking through your list. So we have, on our 5-year plan, your first item of the crack ceiling, driveways and parking lots. Mm-hmm. We actually have that on fiscal year 29.
Okay.
The high school LCD projectors is on 2029. And there's one of those oil tanks we already have, and I don't know if I believe it was the middle school one that we had, but it's one of the 2 schools that we have on that oil tank. There's 140,000 in there. You have 147 now. looking through your list here, there's, in my contracting worlds, the way I look at things is zeros are guesstimates and dollars and cents are estimates. So
Okay.
you have a few things here that have actually dollars and cents in them. That's more likely an estimate that you got. And these other ones with just the zeros on them are probably estimates that are thrown in there. I don't know if that 147 is accurate or they just added another 5% to it.
I would call outside of the servers and the dishwasher, they are all estimates
Right.
that we had coming in. I did not
Yep.
re-research them
Right. Yep.
for current quotes, only because we really were going forward with the servers.
No, I get it. I'm just trying to help you with the process so then you're not dealing with me every year when you come in. Hopefully I'm not here every year, but who knows?
Okay.
But the danger of doing a guesstimate is getting money into an account that you can't use because you don't have enough to do the job.
Oh,
Right?
absolutely,
And
absolutely,
we just have a bunch of different little accounts here, there, and everywhere.
absolutely
With money
understood.
stuck in them that doesn't get used because we don't have enough in it, but we don't take it out because we want to get that done at some point, so we're going to add to it.
Yeah.
So it gets a little frustrating.
Now, what if you were talking about the interactive, the LCDs were on for FY '29?
So we did a 5-year, we have, in the town warrant, we're required by the bylaw to create a 5-year projection
Okay,
of our capital.
okay.
So here's your, that's not it, that was checking off something else. That was on a previous thing. I put it on this other list. So in 29, you have the projectors. You have the crack ceiling driveways and parking lots. That's in. Right.
Okay. What if we wanted to change something, instead of LCD, it would be interactive, times are changing, technology is changing, so we would be more
Well,
inclined
if
to,
the equipment that we had specified, we're going by information, whatever you feed in is all we got, right? So
Sure.
if you told us there was an LCD projector,
And at the time-
technology changed and it's something else, you need to tell us, because other than that, it's going to be an LCD projector on our... It's not a big deal for us to alter this list on a description of an item prior to it going to town meeting to get funding.
Okay.
This is just to give the taxpayers an idea what we have 5 years out, these different things coming up.
okay,
The challenge of doing this is as new emergency things come up, whether it's servers or whatever,
it gets bumped.
it messes up the food chain. So now we took that money out, now we got to put that other item somewhere in the list. So, which servers aren't the only thing. We had a backhoe that came in yesterday, so
Sure.
it's
And
an unforeseen, this is what happens, it's an unforeseen thing.
unanticipated kinds of issues, yeah.
So it's a challenge of doing this. Why don't we go through the rest of your list while we have you here, so that way we can be productive about it. The noticed on here, like the first 4 items, year submitted was 2016, now we're 11 years later. None of these ever got done? Have they been reevaluated to see if those numbers are accurate?
No, again, these were all estimates at the time. They are not current estimates.
Right, so,
They are not current estimates. So I would not, that's why there were no quotes.
right now, it's not a total dangerous thing to do, because we're only going after the service, I'm assuming. The committee's going to do that.
If I thought we were
But
going forward with potential of anything else.
And
I
it's
would-
hard to get, and Jeff's complained about this, he says, I can't get estimates because nobody wants it. I said, well, you can get some idea of a realistic guesstimate as to what it's going to be, so we can do a projection on our budgets. But anyways.
If it's worthwhile, I can come forward in the fall with quotes.
Yeah, if we have them on the list going out as, let me just look, so we have,
based on information I know, I would 100% believe that these estimates are quite low.
According to the list that I have in front of me, I don't have anything on the school until fiscal year 29. So I guess the numbers aren't really overly critical at this point, but what we need as a committee here is if you have something such as a service, right, you know that it's going to be an urgent issue come fiscal 27, 28, whatever it is, you need to tell us. We need to know to see if we can help you get what you need instead of saying, well, you're not going to do that until 29, so there's no sense in asking. Well, it doesn't work that way because sometimes you have unforeseen circumstances that override other ones, right? Such as the server, right? So it's something that we know that it's been there, it's been out in the background, but it hasn't really been brought forward to us to act on it. So anything on this list, we got the oil tank, you got one that you got to figure that out anyways. If you can figure that out during the course of the summer as to what you're going to do, and if that number is too low, if you can tell us before the fall, at least then, say you're $5,000 short, or the $7,000 that you have on this new paper that you sent in, this one here, you have 140 in there now, so say it is 147, you can come back to us, we can at least get that 7,000 funded to get it corrected before it ends up being 14,000, right? Waiting another year or whatever it is.
Okay.
The only other comment I have on the tank, I believe it is the middle school. And if I look at your list, you have the middle school as priority number 9, but the primary school is priority number 2. So because town meeting is specific, that would have to be re-voted so it was the correct one. Like, the finance director wouldn't let you spend
She wouldn't even get blinds for her own windows when we did the windows here in 2016.
And I will do some further research.
Yeah, but just imagine if we let it be, you know, who knows, we'd get out there to get it, you, chairman, whatever, to get it approved, and then nobody would know. You just have to be...
She keeps us on the straight.
She does.
So,
oh, absolutely.
Yeah, no, I know that.
Absolutely.
We have some fun here too, Diane.
I mean,
we pick on each other.
We do. It's all in,
It's all in good fun.
Mike respects me, as do I him, so, you know, it in good
That's all right, I support her.
Yeah.
I support her as well.
So we just want to make sure that, I was just looking, I don't know if that's right or wrong, I don't know which one. So at the same time, you're looking for the quote, you want to make sure that the order that you want them done. And if we have to rename it, then we rename it. But if we originally voted at the middle school, I will hold to the intent of the article.
Absolutely. Understood.
Yes, you will.
And if I may...
Painfully so.
Why not? We work with her every day. Make sure that we get things in appropriately.
She argued with me about the blind, saying it wasn't a part of the function of the window. I said, yes, it is, because if the sun's coming in and you can't work effectively, it's actually affecting the function of the window. But I still get shot down, so.
Yeah, but if I may.
Yes.
Sometimes where, specifically probably where it's coming from, say from free cash or something got left over, and we have that amount, and it would fit in to, we could fit it in where maybe you're shot or somebody else is shot, but it won't fit in anywhere else, you know?
Yep.
All right, so we got the oil table, the cafeteria tables in the Douglas High School. I don't see those on our list anywhere. So.
Weren't they taken off at one point?
No, that was the primary school, and they got donated tables from BBT.
Yeah, yeah.
So now we need the high school ones.
Yeah.
This, the truck replacement. Do you know what year truck that is that he has now?
I can get back to you on that.
Yeah. that would be helpful if you...
Absolutely.
We have mice.
That's a big mouse.
We call that one Fred.
Be careful, we have a member of a board that's Fred.
Well, that's on your board, but on this one, we do not. So if I want to name my mouse Fred, I can.
Boy.
Is that the truck that,
It's the older pickup truck, so I
the-
believe it's in excess of 10 years, but I need
yeah,
to.
that's the one they use for plowing and stuff around the school? Okay. The servers we already talked about.
Yeah. The dishwasher, I hesitated putting it on. I wasn't sure where we would go with this year. We've had multiple repairs going on with this. We believe it'll last about another year, but we are looking into grants. So
Yeah.
there's a really good possibility that this will just kind of fall off, which is why it was our 10th priority.
Yeah.
We are looking into a grant for this.
On the pickup truck replacement, probably want to get a better number on that.
Yeah.
Putting it on with the plow and everything like that, if you can get that for 64, it's got to be about 10 years old.
Yeah, I can tell you can't get one for 64.
No.
We will do that.
What did we pay? Ken's little truck was 46 or something, wasn't it? And we put 50,000 on it. We got it for 46 a couple years ago, which they wouldn't want a truck that size, but
You're not going to push a lot of snow.
Which one?
The Ranger.
Ken's little Ranger.
Oh, yeah.
It depends what's in it. And I think the one that Jeff drives is a single cab pickup truck. I don't think it's anything crazy,
Yeah.
just a pickup truck.
Okay. Well, we will re-quote
Yep.
and look into the items we talked about.
Right. So nobody else has any questions? No?
No.
All right. I appreciate you coming in.
Thank you very much.
So
Thanks for
just
your
keep in
time.
mind, you get that oil tank and that 20,000 in there.
Yep. Duly noted. And
Yeah.
I will figure out what's up with that.
All right. Thanks.
Thank you.
Thank you so
Have a good
much.
day. Just an update for everybody sitting here, the infamous dump truck that we all forgot that we ordered 2 years ago are actually going online to be outfitted for the bodies, and we should see those in the next 60 days, 2 of them, back to back.
Love it.
What we talked about, we're going to have 2 trucks at once, and now we have to figure out how to divide them.
You guys.
Thank you.
Well, what happened is that all came about because, if you recall, the state had decided that they were going to make everybody use electric dump trucks,
Yeah.
which got rescinded after everybody ordered diesel dump trucks, because it was the last time they were going to be able to get them. So that created this huge backlog. So Adam had checked in with them, and one was just coming offline, and our 2 trucks were the very next 2 that were going online to be outfitted. So I think 60 days is a long lead time. They'll probably have it sooner than that, but I didn't want to give anybody false hopes. So I would say in the next 2 months, they'll have 2 new dump trucks.
Snow's gone now.
They still move dirt.
Oh, boy.
Okay, so going through some of the things, I'm just going to explain what I written down here, just for the sake of moving along. If anybody disagrees, we'll talk about that afterwards. Talking with the finance director, the fire truck, because that's a good number that he has at the 675. We just rounded off to 680 to make sure there's enough in there. The pickleball, you have quotes from 17,000 all the way up to 25 and change.
One was 30.
Yeah.
Well, we're going to put it at 26. We're not doing a 30. He just priced himself out of the job, that's all he did.
Yeah.
But you have enough in there, there's a few of them around the mid-20s that should work. I think they seem receptive to working with somebody to get a scope of work. If they, in doing any kind of contracting work, you need to know what you need before you send it out. You can't just ask somebody to do something and not have an idea what you're supposed to get, because then you're in trouble. So anyways, I'm suggesting that we put 26 in for the pickleball. The school department is now, I had 75 written down, but we had gotten a last-minute email that moved that server to 100,000. Put that on the special, and as I blurted out earlier, Adam had an issue with the backhoe. The backhoe has 10,000 hours, in excess of 10,000 hours on it, which is a lot. It's like having 200,000 miles on a vehicle. It's got issues. We've been trying to push it off until we actually had a building to put it in. This has been something that I've been working with Adam for the last few years. A couple of years ago, we put $14,000 into the front end because that was shot on it, trying to get some more life out of it. And now it just developed another issue where it was making noise, and he thought it was a hydraulic pump, and it turns out that it's a transmission issue. Well, a transmission issue, and there could potentially be $30,000 to correct. Adam feels this way, and I agree with him. It's time to stop throwing money, good money after bad, and trying to limp this thing along. So 2 years ago, he had gotten a quote in 2024. It was $220,000 for that backhoe. Yes.
He just gave it just before you said.
Oh, you got it?
He said 230 would be a safe number. 230.
Oh, okay.
For a new backhoe.
He said 221,500 for the backhoe with plow, thumb, and bucket.
Yeah.
Need lettering and highway radio, so I would use 230 as a safe number.
Okay. That's good, because that's better than what I was going to say. That's why the finance director has stopped me. Because we had...
Again,
we had the quote that was 2 years old, which everything that is 2 years old seems to kind of bite us a little bit on increases. So we were going to put 275 in there, so that's good news that we're at 230. If we're 100% comfortable with that, then I guess that's what we go with. Well, we're going to put it on the special, so I guess he doesn't anticipate 6 weeks away. Yes.
I heard Adam was going to be here, so I did reach out and ask him some questions, pretty much the same ones I asked everybody. Lead time.
Lead time is 3 months. I asked him that.
It was nice to hear he's putting a snow plow on it.
Yeah.
It's going to do more than the machine, more than just being newer, bigger, stronger.
Right.
It's going to also have a snow plow, and in addition to be able to use a snow kicking box. So.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, you put a snow plow on it, plus it's got the thumb, which goes on the back bucket, so they can pick things up and move it around, which makes sense for them.
Is it the same size, or is it going bigger?
It's going to be equivalent to it, because I asked him that. He doesn't, he said a big one would be nice. The problem is,
putting it somewhere.
It's difficult for a lot of places that they go with. They need the smaller size.
Yeah.
So it's kind of, yeah, so it's a 410 backhoe. That's the same as what they got. 410 is just a model number. Ben would know because he gets to play on his tractors at his shop.
Same thing we have.
Yeah. So it's a decent sized machine for that. So this number, I'm just curious if it says anything on here about it comes with the extended warranty. I think it comes with an extended warranty on that because it's listed of 4,000 hours or 7 years, 84 months. quoted March 24th, 2026. I'm going to call Adam for the heck of it because it says the expiration is April 23rd, 2026. I just get paranoid about putting money in an account and then we can't get what we need. Hey, so I just put you on speakerphone. I'm in my meeting, and Jean just handed me a quote for $221,500. She said you suggested $230,000.
Correct, because I'm going to need a radio. We have to put a radio in the backhoe and have it installed for the two-way radio for the highway frequency and channels. And we need lettering that says Douglas Highway or Town of Douglas, and that on the boom and on the side.
Yep. The other thing is it says the expiration of this quote is April 23rd.
Correct. It'll go on, that's why that'll also cover any little bit of adjustment that comes up. 230, because the radio and the lettering is only going to be about $2,500. So I figured that it would cover any adjustment, $1,000 here or there, that it may go up between now and May 4th when the town meeting comes in. Yep.
Okay. If you're $1 short, you don't get a backhoe.
I know. Yeah,
Okay.
I agree. So I think we'll be all right with that number.
Jean does have a red pen with her.
I know she does. I know.
Okay.
She's going to take it all off. But no,
Okay.
that's what I think. That seems like a reasonable number. I mean, if you feel it should go up to 235, then that's fine too. I just think that 230 was me being conservative, on my end. But I don't mind if we, I can't say pad because she got mad at me when I said pad this morning. So
Yeah, you can't pad bills. No.
I said no more cash, and then she was mad that I was being a drug runner this morning too, joking around. But,
Okay.
So let's see.
All right, thanks. All right, bye.
I don't.
That was, so for the record, he wasn't being a drug runner. There was the confiscated stuff in a trailer out back, and they had to bring it to the state police, and Travis had to follow him up. So technically, he was running drugs up the highway, but it wasn't for his own profit.
Unfortunately, the town.
So with what Adam said, the only thing I get nervous about is you think that's enough to put in there. I would be more comfortable going to 240. It gets turned back anyways. I would rather have it at 240 to make sure that we got enough wiggle room in there.
So we can turn it back by the fall, but it's going to lead time of 3 months. They'll have it in the summer.
If a memo comes in time, you can get it turned back. I don't know if it gets that would be a finance director's
What's the question?
If it gets turned back in time to use in the fall.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we would use it in the fall. Once the project is complete, I'll keep it open through June. I won't close it.
Yeah.
So it won't become part of free cash, and then
Right.
it'll be available for the next town meeting, once the project is complete.
So the two things that I would suggest that we put on the special would be the backhoe and the service.
So 240 for the backhoe, and 100 for the server.
Correct. And then, as you explained to me yesterday, you want to explain about what your thought is on the turn back monies, how we're going to do that? Please.
Yell from the audience. So I'm working with the departments now. Again, we go through the process of any completed project, we'll use them for the transfers. So we purchased the highway trailer that has $1,875. The school security, $43,098.56. The EV charging stations out there, $1,327. Police cruisers, $1,973.90. And I'm receiving confirmation on the LED lighting at middle school, that's another $4,473. And then I'm working with Mike on the closeout of the fire station roof.
Yeah.
So that's almost done. I think there's one piece left to do for that, and then I'd be using for that. So I'd be closing those out with the Springtown meeting.
There's a total on that?
No.
No, okay.
No, because I don't have the fire station,
Those
so.
brand new EV chargers, then, because that first generation,
We-
they didn't work.
Right, those are the new ones.
Yeah, these have been working so far.
It's been 2 years?
Yeah,
Okay.
they were trouble, right?
The first one was.
Yeah.
First one we used a grant for.
Yeah,
There are always cars on them, so.
Yeah.
yeah.
All right. And then on the regular, we'll just put the fire truck and the pickleball. So 680 for the fire truck and 26 for the resurfacing of the court outside.
And the roadway at 360.
And the roadway at 360, yep. Anybody have any comments, suggestions, or agreements with what we came up with?
I guess, so we're dropping carpet renovation, digitizing.
Yes. We're dropping all that right now until we have a, we still have to go through the, trying to figure out the snow and ice surcharge that we have for this year. So we're kind of being a little lean. We're still spending quite a bit of money, but being lean this time around to make sure we cover all our expenses, and we'll revisit it in the fall like we typically do. For the last couple of years, we've actually spent quite a bit of money between spring and fall. This year, I think we're over $1 million right now. We're like 1.1 million or something.
And we're pulling 1.1 million from free cash and 300 from stabilization?
No.
From the special stabilization.
Special stabilization with fire truck.
No, the 1.1 is, no, it would be, let's see, let's go back and figure that out. So you got 380, 360,
40 on the special.
720.
1.4.
Yeah, so you're gonna be around there. Yep.
And those figures again, please?
What's that?
Those figures again?
My pencil math, but $1,066,000 on the annual and $340,000 on the special. But of the $1,066,300 is coming from stabilization, so that'd
The special stabilization.
be,
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, that'll be depleted, and then we gotta start building that again.
yeah.
So the ladder truck's gonna be an issue. That's something, and I didn't wanna start that mentality yet, but they're gonna have to let us know when they're thinking that's a 2005, right? Fortunately, right now, it's in decent shape. They put a lot of money into it every single year to keep it going. But they do use that a lot. Every chimney fire, that's what they send that thing out for. So it's not just waiting for a big building. We get a fair amount of chimney fires throughout the course of the year. It's cheaper to call the fire department than to clean your chimney, I guess.
Yeah.
I mean, every house fire goes on, it goes to the front of the building, so.
Right, yeah.
Goes up a lot.
I remember pleading with Senator Kerry, because I was chairman of the Board of Selectmen, for a ladder truck,
Yeah.
because they were available. And we got,
Well, you're gonna have to plead with somebody else because we need a replacement.
that was a long time ago.
Yep. Even though it seems like it's
Yeah.
a short list, we're still doing quite a bit monetarily wise, so.
Yeah, yeah,
The backhoe was a big surprise to us yesterday. But
unfortunately, yeah.
it's too valuable of a piece of equipment. It's not only what the highway department uses, every single water break that happens, that's the piece of equipment that actually goes out and does all the digging. We're not subbing that out, we're doing that all in-house.
Yep.
So, and it's not made to do what we're doing. Backhoes aren't vehicles. You're not supposed to be running up and down the roads everywhere, and that's,
And unfortunately, you will be hearing people, because in my roundabout of wherever I go.
Yeah.
Here. Town backhoes running up and down the, don't tell me.
Well, they have to be. You have no choice. You can't have both. You can't have your stuff fixed
Yep.
and not use the equipment.
I hear you.
So it has to be. Adam has, because I've asked him about this, and that gets serviced every single year by the place where they buy them from. And they come out, so it's a certified service. They do the transmit, all the fluid changes and everything. That's why they've gotten this much time out of that.
Steel.
Yeah. Yeah.
We have to do that without.
Yep. All righty, so we got to, I think, I don't want to hold up Jean too much on her work. If we, you have to go? Yeah, okay.
I just want to remind you that you are guest at the FinCom meeting on April 7th.
Yeah, that's all right, I'm preoccupied.
What time is that?
It's at 7.
I'm
We'll
on
put you
7.
first on the agenda.
Ben's going to go for me.
Because you're, okay. Okay.
April 8th?
7th.
Well,
7th.
All right.
Okay, thank you. Have a great
Yeah.
day.
See you, Gene.
Thanks, Jane.
That should be pretty straightforward. So the,
When is our next meeting?
I don't know, but the problem is we're, so if you don't mind, well, let's see, we can't vote on it because there's only 4 of us.
Yeah.
We don't have a quorum.
Not when she leaves.
Oh,
So,
As long as they leave by
no.
15, 3:15.
Okay, so we can talk about this in probably 5 minutes. So 26 goes away. 27 goes away. So we need another year of capital put in there. Now we have, as Chris pointed out, we have
375,027.
of 27 that needs to move forward.
in 28, you don't have to have the backhoe.
Yeah, I know, I took that out, but now that brings us down, because our target number used to be 1,250,000, so by taking the backhoe out, it brings it down to 1,265,000.
Yeah.
Well, my understanding that there's some electrical issues in this building that need to be addressed before any movement upstairs or anything like that.
Correct.
Seems like we'd be pushing those, at least 2 of those items out at least a year or 2.
Yeah.
So leapfrog right up to 29 or 30.
Is everybody available next Monday or Tuesday?
I think I am.
I can do Tuesday, I can't do Monday.
Tuesday? You guys
Either
available
one's fine by
Tuesday?
me.
I think so.
Tuesday.
Tuesday.
What's that date?
That's the 31st.
Yeah.
And the reason why I'm doing that is we're closing the warrant on the 31st. So I'd like to try to have some idea of what, it doesn't go out to the printer until the 9th. But I would like to close the warrant with actually having our work done, so we're not doing stuff we're not supposed to be doing.
Well, we could have 27 stuff done and still work on the outreach.
Yeah, do that. But what I would do is I would take this list that you have on this and take this thing from the school, and we'll each make some notes and see how we can fudge around this this list, and then when we meet on Tuesday, we're not starting from scratch, we can try to. Home Depot? No, I don't think so.
So on Tuesday, the 31st, the same time,
Yep, 2 o'clock, yep.
Capitol.
In the meantime, I'll try to get some information on this stuff. If I get it, I'll give it to Lisa. Lisa can email it to anybody. If anybody has any questions, send them to Lisa. Do not send it to the group because we don't want to have a rolling quorum, and I can't talk to Chris and then answer Ben and then talk to you on different subjects because that's an open meeting violation.
So we can get something from Lisa before that.
Correct. Yep.
Can we, any voting right now as minutes, can we put that off till next?
We can put the minutes off until Tuesday. So let's just, can we take a vote on what we decide to do on a special, because it'll only take us 30 seconds.
Yep.
So what I'm looking for is if I had remembered what I did with it, I want a motion on the regular town meeting, on the special town meeting, because that's first. Motion to, here it is, to put for the school department servers for $100,000 on the special, and for the backhoe for $240,000 as well on the special.
I move that we endorse $100,000 for the school server project, including their equipment licensing and installation, and $240,000 for the purchase equipping and lettering of the backhoe for the highway department.
Second.
Motion's made, seconded. Any further discussion? Seeing there's none, all in favor?
Aye.
Could you do the same thing for the...
It's a bigger list.
You only got 2 items. 3 items.
Well, we do the fire truck or tanker replacement and equipping the vehicle for $680,000. Roadway paving repairs and associated costs for $360,000, and $26,000 for resurfacing the pickleball/basketball court and any other associated costs with that.
Second.
Total of...
Yes.
Motion made and seconded. All in favor?
Aye.
That 26 should be pretty safe for the pickleball.
That's more than enough. They can get it done, so that's on, the one that was $30,000, I think was just...
That was the outlier.
That was just hopeful. But I think we left them enough at 26,000 because they have one as low as 17, right?
That was on a non-prevailing wage scale. I think it was 21 with prevailing wage.
Correct, yeah. I think we're safe at the 26, that they can get it done.
You're good? I can go?
Yep, you can go. Motion to adjourn?
So moved. Second.
Second. Motion is made and seconded. All in favor?
Aye.
Yeah, you can leave.